Hi, so I'm going to be giving this tarot reading today, and uh, if anything I say resonates, just let me know by liking and subscribing. And I'm just setting the intention to bring forth the, well, what was my intention? The kind of best message possible for you today, and just to let you know what you need to really hear at this time. And let's get started, and yeah, to hopefully bring forth a joy as well. So yeah, this card was on the top and bottom of the deck. I was feeling a bit of this like rush of anxiety this morning. I mean, I have been feeling that a bit over the weekend, just in general. So you might be resonating with that. This could be a reading if that's the case. And yeah, let's see what you need to hear. So okay. So what does this collective need to hear at this time? There's something coming through about rushing. So, ooh, and this card here, which usually symbolizes like poverty or seeking guidance from a broken system. That's what I'm getting, or from following a false leader, or following something that is not necessarily going to lead you through the night, which you may be experiencing at the moment. Okay, can you please give me another card? This person does look as if they're sort of like in their own world, head down, focused, and we have the Eight of Wands as well. So that's like a really fast moving energy, very passionate energy, in the air but pointed towards the ground. So it's a very direct, it's like an energy of channeling something. So it could be about, and I'm getting this like really heavy energy coming through like from this card. So it could be something about like, yeah, rushing eagerly. Holy crap. Yeah, so the Tower came out. So I guess that is kind of what wants to show itself. And the Tower sort of usually has to do with a rapid ending, and it's about how you fall from these things and how you come down from these things. So I'm getting that this energy that I've been feeling over the weekend has been like kind of this like rushing sort of energy, and wanting to just like get everything done and like have, yeah, and here's this. So there's been a lot of conflicting ideas and like conflicting energies, and yeah, this energy of just wanting to go forwards and go towards it, and like burning through a lot of things really quickly. It's almost like, and I'm getting like the idea or sensation of working with the element of fire too, and I've lit my candle today as well. So, oh, the element of fire burning down these false bridges. Okay, so these false bridges that have been built through some kind of external guidance, something that goes away from your own will and your own power, and that has been built on faulty structures, faulty standards. And now I'm getting this like real energy of like sadness, of like grief, of like just total release as well. It's like there's something being released here and let go. And you may be feeling this like energy of like, oh my god, it's like, whoa, oh my god. Yeah, like a lot being burnt from you right now, like in a lot of energy of grief or sadness, and like things that were built on those terms are now being released, and you might be feeling this in your body as this like fire sensation of wanting to like act and do things and like just be how you are, because like yeah, again, wands, fire, like, and there's like two pathways here, I guess, which are like divulging from the pathway of the heart, of the fire, of the soul, and then the pathway that you may have been on prior to this, so which is like more of what you should do, what society tells you should do, how you should act, stopping yourself from talking when you feel like you need to talk or say something or do something or get up. And that's this fire energy that's burning through you, and that's why it may be coming through as like this sort of restlessness, and trying to get, and you feeling like you need to do a lot, need a rush to do a lot, because you're also feeling this crumbling of the old, and like this grief and this releasing. And now I'm feeling like this new rush, oh wow, okay, of energy, and it feels lighter, which is the Four of Wands here, and then the Strength card here, which I take them, I'm just, yeah. In reverse, that's going to be the shadow aspect of Strength, which I usually take all my cards upright for now, as I'm like really learning the core essence. So Strength itself is saying like, yeah, this is building strength in you. And that's another message that I've been getting a lot. So this card represents like passing through a doorway, passing through a threshold, and into a celebratory time. Again, this is Wands, so more of that fire energy into like, you know, a time of celebration, a time of purity, because fire, like, it purifies you, it purifies your essence. Fire is about you on a soul level, like, and you know, this brings to mind like images of Kali, like the goddess Mother Kali, which of course usually we see her as being like a very like fiery, destructive goddess, though yeah, the element of fire, really what it's doing is it's getting rid of all this shit from your life, and it's like burning away and stirring this energy in your sacral chakra, because that's where the fire energy lies. Like, you can practice that I learned is envisioning like this meditation with where you sit in the crackling fire in your belly, and yeah, I guess the crackles of fire can not be extinguished, and in your belly when you imagine them. And this fire is like your soul, right? So when you imagine it crackling there in your belly as you meditate and as you're in stillness, it's like you are building this strength, which is what is being required now as things are being burned away from your life. Yeah, this strength is being required, which the shadow element of strength is sort of like repressing that, and like you're being like called into moments of willful action, and you sort of like cowering like a lion, a cowardly lion, you know, that all brings to mind this image of like you know, a lion hiding. It's just unusual because you have this lion energy within you, and it's being activated, you know, through this initiation, which, you know, the entire earth school, this entire earth life is an initiation. And so yeah, it's calling you towards strength, towards greater strength and purity of your soul. Yeah, so I'm feeling like you're being called to be flexible at this time and finding new ways to be strong, if that makes sense. Like new ways, new ways to pass through this gate, this portal. And it's a renewal. It's like a forest fire is what I'm getting. And then we have Page of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like a new beginning, and it's calling you to be focused on the grounding in the material plane, because that is what is going to get you through this, and being courageous and being a student again to life of like what things are actually grounding for you and what things do you need to like burn away and let go. Like for example, me myself, I have been which yeah, this is an interesting like kind of transition, like if he's taking back his own agency, 1111, and you know, passing through this like threshold, 1111, that's this card as well, that is sort of like, you know, following some outdated beliefs built on fear, built on grief, built in times of survival, into this more evolved kind of way of holding to the material plane. For example, building through joy and through peace and through honoring yourself and meeting yourself where you're at, rather than, you know, holding on to things because out of fear or out of lack or survival or that sort of thing. It's like you are now becoming like this creator. The World card, meaning it's like a union of, it's a birth, it's like a rebirth. I take this card to be like a rebirth and a union of masculine and feminine forces. Like she is combining those two, but again, it's like a very feminine thing, 222. So that's partnership energy as well, 222. So and then we have like the 10 of Pentacles here, which is also a card, and then Justice underneath that in the reverse. So but yeah, Justice underneath that. So these cards, yeah, do symbolize like and renewal of wealth and abundance, and like a calling to kind of dream for that and allow for your old fears from your body to be released from this. And yeah, just to allow yourself to move towards this. For me, like I was doing, as I was saying, I was doing yoga, but I was like being very honoring and respectful. For me, I was doing Kundalini yoga, and so that is like a much slower type of yoga, and it requires a lot of breathing to really feel into your body, rather than, you know, doing things that were old and that were stagnant for me. It's like creating and birthing this new vision of, you know, 333, what you want to see in the world. And there might be a little bit of resistance to this new world as well, because that's something that I'm feeling too. It's like almost like this like fear energy like arising, and like there might also be like a little bit of like pessimism or like exhaustion, to the point where like maybe in the past you were like having to put in all this like just like effort, or like there was a very old way of doing things, 1414, to where you were yeah, just yeah, because 1 and 4, that's like individual energy, and then 4 is like very stable. Like you might be used to being a very independent person who's like, yeah, having to work through all of these things on your own and that sort of thing. Oh, 144, wow. So that's like deep cellular change, which is what you're going through right now, in order to really believe and have faith in this new beginning, and that this is actually possible for you. because yeah, you can allow yourself to dream, and these dreams will be coming to you, and it's just up to you to whether you allow them 15-15 to, because fives are like rapid change, they're unstable, they're constantly changing, it's rapid change. Freedom energy, number 5, is very social as well, number 5, and so yeah, it's the star, so yeah, this energy, yeah, just do yourself justice. Like, really, just after all you've been through, you deserve more. You deserve this change, 555, rapid change. You deserve this justice in your life. And so do yourself justice. Honor yourself. Honor what your body is asking for. Like, when I was being called not to go too far, not to push too far, then I wouldn't. And then other times when I'm cowarding in a corner, it's like you also have to breathe through these moments of tension to get yourself to the other side, okay? So I hope that's coming through, and use your discernment. And this is a fairy card. And it's funny because before this I was channeling and I was seeing unicorn hair, I was seeing angel hair, I was seeing just like these beautiful fine white threads. They were like almost blue, translucent. It was just like the finest, it was like a fine stellanite crystal, but it had blue sparkles and like slightly mermaid colors, like just like, and sparkles of silver just coming through it. And that is the unicorn, you know, white horse, the fire horse, year 1717. Respect, yeah, so respect, this was in my book, like respect, you know, this says a sense of reverence surrounding your being. This is the fire energy, creates flow with every thought or action, because fire is, this is who I am, this is my space, this is how I'm expressing myself, this is what it is. There's no shoulds, ifs, or buts. There's just, it's fire, it burns. Pay particular attention to yourself, your clothes, your stance, your charisma. Allow your inner pride of self to shine quietly, shine. Honor yourself and respect the needs of others, and whatever needs to be achieved can be done with dignity. This is fire. This is a fire card. Because yeah, fire doesn't have to be confrontational. No, it just burns, like, and you can feel it. And yeah, I would recommend working with the element of fire and burning up these old debris in your body. You can imagine that fire in your belly, and you can imagine burning up these like old things from your body. So I'll read from this card, and then yeah, burning up these old things in your body and just sitting with the fire. And you can imagine, like, sometimes I imagine they're like logs on the fire, and anything that comes out of my body can be burned. And you're not doing it to get rid of anything, you're just doing it to explore and be curious about sensations in your body, and feel the bliss that's behind, and the love that's behind everything. Because yeah, that's things love to be in connection. Like, yeah, the log loves to be burned, the fire loves to burn the log. Okay, and so you can observe that in your own self. So kick up your heels. Your soul longs to celebrate and have fun. Oh my god. The fairies urge you to call your friends for a get-together or an evening out. Ooh. There's always something to celebrate. This card asks you to do so now. Your soul longs for an exciting adventure, such as an out-of-town trip, throwing a party, or kicking up your heels and going dancing. Ooh. yeah, even if maybe that's just alone in your house, or yeah, like maybe go and see some people you know who you enjoy, or go meet some new people. Just be open to it. Just go, you know. Yet the benefits, you never know. People surprise you all the time. 2020 on the clock. Twos, just partnership energy, like union, divine union. Yet the benefits of celebrating are many. Getting a fresh perspective. Oh, right. Sometimes we procrastinate when it comes to personal time out, believing that such activities cost too much time and money. Yet the benefits of celebrating are many. Getting a fresh perspective and new ideas, rekindling old friendships, and the sheer joy of entertaining yourself. The fairies hold celebrations regularly, sometimes on a nightly basis. They know the importance of singing, dancing as part of developing a community spirit. Although you may wish that someone else would take the initiative to suggest an evening out, maybe it's time for you to take the lead and plan a special event. Affirmation. I am spirited, playful, and fun to be with. I create ways to celebrate with my friends. So yeah, that's from this Fairy Oracle guidebook. One of my exes got this for me, and it doesn't remind me of, it only reminds me of like the best times, so I'm keeping it. I love this book. They found it at this market, 144. So yeah, maybe go out to a market or something, go enjoy. But yeah, they found it at a market, and I'm so grateful for this book. I have only fond memories of using this every time. It's by Doreen Virtue. Anyways, yeah, I could probably buy it. But yeah, I recommend getting some good cards. Anyways, maybe actually I do kind of have some bad memories of that time, I'm not gonna lie. But I still love these cards, so I'm gonna keep using them. Anyway. Triple twos, quadruple twos. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the reading. I hope as something I said resonated, and if it did, please let me know, and I will see you when I see you. I will see you very soon. Peace out, much love. Mwah.